Hello everyone, welcome back to the another tutorial on the design of machine elements. We already started with the second unit, that is the design of the shaft, and in previous video we discussed regarding the that is definition of the shaft, classification of the shaft, materials which are used for the shaft and the properties of the materials of the shaft, and the standard sizes of the diameters available for the shaft. In today's lecture we'll go ahead and we'll discuss the design of the shaft, how the shafts are designed on the different criteria, and we'll discuss the two criterias like strength criteria and the rigidity criteria. So let us get started. So design of the shaft. So design of the shaft may be designed on the basis of strength, that's what I told you, and the rigidity criteria. Based upon these two criteria, we are going to design a shaft, solid as well as the hollow shaft. We'll apply these criteria for the both solid as well as the hollow shaft. In designing the shaft on the basis of the strength, the following cases may be considered. Even we can design the shaft when the shaft is subjected to the twisting moment or torque only, shaft subjected to the bending moment only, or when the shaft is subjected to the combined loading, that is twisting as well as the bending moment, and shaft may be subjected to the axial loads along with the combined loading. These are the some of the condition which we can take into the account when we go for the designing of the shaft. Now we'll start the design of the shaft based upon the strength criteria. Now before this starting the design, you should know the torsion equation first, which we already discussed in the first unit, that is the torsion equation. So what is that? Can you guess? That is sorry, that is T by J equal to tau by R equal to G theta by L. This is the what the torsion equation we already studied in the first unit. So for the two different criteria, that is rigidity and the strength criteria, we'll use the same equation but with some modification. That is, when you go for the strength criteria, we'll use first these two terms, and when you go for the rigidity criteria, we'll take this term and this term, and we'll ignore this and we don't take it. Okay, so this is how we are going to design it. Okay, so we'll study the step by step how we are going to design it. Now for the solid shaft, now according to torsion equation, we know that T by J equal to tau by R, where T is the twisting moment, J is polar moment of inertia, tau is the shear stress, and R is the torsional radius of the curvature. Okay, next. Now J equal to pi by 32 into d raised to 4. So what is that? So J is nothing but the polar moment of the inertia. And for the solid shaft, the polar moment of inertia is given by pi by 32 into d raised to 4. Now what we'll do is we'll substitute the value of J in our torsion equation. Okay. So what we'll get? Okay, see here. Now what I did is I kept T as it is. I substituted value of J here, that is T by J equal to tau divided by R. R I have written as D by 2. We know that radius is the half the diameter. Correct? Next. Okay. So when you solve this for T, okay, what we'll do is we'll transfer this to the that side and we'll solve for T. So what we'll get is T equal to pi by 16 tau into d cube. This is what are the final equation based upon the strength criteria. Now for hollow shaft, what is difference between the solid and hollow shaft? When you consider hollow shaft, we have only one diameter, but when you consider the hollow shaft, we are having the inside diameter as well as the outside diameter, and both the diameter we have to take into the account when you design it for the hollow shaft. Okay, so polar moment, like for the solid shaft, what we have written pi by 32 into d raised to 4. But in case of the hollow shaft, it is pi by 32. It's common, but it is d raised to 4, that is capital D minus small d raised to 4, where capital D is the outside diameter of the shaft and small d is the inside diameter of the shaft. Okay, fine. Now, therefore, we substitute value of J in our the original torsional equation. So, T by J, value of J is this, equal to tau divided by R. Tau divided by R, where R is equals to D by 2, where D is nothing but the outside diameter of the shaft. Next, therefore, what we'll do is, now we'll simplify it and we will write the equation in terms of T. Therefore, T is equals to pi by 16. Okay, T equal to pi by 16 R D cube into bracket 1 minus K raised to 4. Okay, where what is K? Where K is nothing but the, sorry, okay, where K is nothing but the ratio of the outside diameter to the inside diameter. Sorry, that is inside diameter to the outside diameter, that is di by do is the nothing but the value of K. Next, now based upon the rigidity criteria, okay, now this is the torsion equation, T by J equal to tau by R equal to G theta by L. But in this equation we are interested in T by J equal to G theta by L. Okay, where rigidity term G we are taken into the account. Now T equal to J into G theta by, I will modify the equation. What I will do, I will transfer this J to the that side. Next, now polar moment of the inertia is pi by 32 into d raised to 4, as usual, what we already discussed in the strength criteria. Therefore, now to substitute the value of the J in the equation, will get T equal to pi by 32 into d raised to 4 into G theta by L. Okay, fine. Now see here. So we come here. Now next is pi by 32 d raised to 4 into 1 minus k raised to 4 into G theta by L, where k is nothing but the di by do, and this d what I have written here, it's the outside diameter of the shaft. That way to, oh, don't get confused, it's the outside diameter. Fine. I hope the all the derivation which we did in the today's lectures are very much clear to you. You just go through it once again, and if you have any doubt you can comment on the video and we'll get back to it. Okay, so in today's lecture we discuss about the strength and rigidity criteria based upon which we are going to design our shaft. Okay, thank you.